can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Nina. And I'm still tryna fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Maybe put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like Kima. Ain't give a F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Tryna earn they stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a Keto. And expose to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reefer. Dímelo porque yo no entiendo. Mi gente must really need Jesus. They shed real blood. I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy.
Welcome in. Happy, what is it, Thursday? Happy Thursday, everybody. Sean, what's up? If you're in the chat, say hello. Yeah, we got it really feels like March now because we actually have day basketball on. We got games all day today, all day tomorrow, all day Saturday. I'm sure there's stuff all day Sunday. And then that's right into next week when we'll have day game action. All the big conference tournaments tip off next week. Big East, ACC, Big Ten, all that good stuff. So we're getting it. It's March 7th, but now it's really starting to feel like March. We also 1-0 today already. We had Georgia Southern plus 3.5 in the Discord. That was a winner. They won outright. We should have just bet them on the money line. I kind of had a feeling they were going to win that game. They've been playing really, really good the last 3 weeks. So I almost took a Georgia Southern future in that conference tourney, but felt that was a little too rich. But we should have just bet them on the money line because I kind of had a feeling they were going to win that game. So that was nice. Yesterday, Marquette, just brutal. Brutal for Marquette. They had a shot at the end of regulation that would have got us the cover. They, really didn't deserve to be in that game, I don't think. But they were still right there. They missed a lot of free throws down the stretch. And then if they would have just made that bucket right at the end, they would have covered. But I also was on Butler. So that good was Butler and FAU. I told you guys, I think FAU is going to turn it on. I think FAU is going to win that conference tournament. So, that sucks for South Florida that they've played as good as they have all season. And they're probably not going to make the NCAA tournament because I said yesterday, I think USF has to win to get in. And I think FAU is going to turn it on and win the AAC conference tournament, but we'll see. So FAU was good. Butler was good. Marquette was bad. Those late shots just haven't been going our way this year. So we'll see. Maybe we can get some positive waves on the late shots in the tournament. But it was like that three, if you guys were watching the game, that three was halfway down to get us the cover too. Sad news about Cat. Yeah, that's a big hit to the Timberwolves. I don't really think the Timberwolves were like a big threat in the West anyways, in terms of like going to the finals. I think their team is good, but I don't think they were ready for like a finals run, but that's definitely a big hit to them. I still don't really see how a team's going to beat Denver in a series. Like Denver just owns the Lakers. So I don't think there's any way the Lakers beat the Nuggets in a series. And then the Thunder, they're probably just a year away with how young they are, and they haven't done it yet in terms of going on a run. And the Warriors are just too old. And I'm not really scared of any other teams, especially now that Cat is out. Like, that really sucks. So, I don't know. Denver's probably going to get the finals again, and then we'll see if Boston or whoever. Suns, I don't think have enough depth. They're too top heavy. Clippers maybe, but I have zero faith. I don't have any faith in the Clippers being healthy by the time we get to the playoffs. The Suns, I think, are just too top heavy. I think if there was one surprise team from the West, not surprise, but like if there was one like outside team that could make a run in the West, it would be the Mavericks, just because I mean Luca can take over. And I do like some of the trades they made at the deadline, but I mean they haven't been playing that great recently anyways. And I don't know. They haven't been playing that good. And I don't think Jason Kidd's a very good coach. So you also have to factor that in. But I mean, Luka's done it before. He put the team on his back and they beat the Suns in a playoff series. So at least I've seen that from him before. Phoenix is just too top heavy. Like they don't really have much outside of the big three. I mean, you can't really count on Beal being fully healthy given what you've seen all year. Like they're trying to do the thing where they're like, just get to the playoffs and you know, but I don't know if that's gonna work. Anyways, all right, let's talk college basketball. It was, in terms of profitability, not a good day for me yesterday, but I should have bet FAU by themselves. I'm an idiot. I tried to do a parlay and it just didn't work. So that was my own fault. But we're 1-0 today. Georgia Southern, shout out. Let's see if we can keep it moving. This game's already going on, so we don't need to talk about that. This game's starting right now. Don't need to talk about that. We got Belmont and Valpo in 20 minutes. I do not have a play here. Belmont has been playing very, very good recently, which is why they're 13.5 point favorites here. They've been basically the hottest team in the conference, but they also have not played very many of the good teams. So I don't know like how much I can take from that. 13.5 is a lot for me in this spot. So I think I'm going to pass on the game overall. Um, Southern Mississippi got super juiced. So you guys can see this on the screen. Texas State opened as small favorites, and the line moved to a pick 'em, and then it just moved completely through zero, and it has not stopped since. The steam on Southern Mississippi has been insane. They're all the way to minus 162 now after they opened as a dog. I cannot, I can't bet steam like that. That is just a pure pass for me. If I could have got it early at like a pick 'em, I think I definitely would be feeling pretty good right now about Southern Mississippi, but there's just no chance I'm jumping in at minus 162. Yeah, pass for me. Might look to live bet that game. It's at 6. That could be a live bet game depending on how the game goes. I might watch the first few minutes and see if I like anything and then go from there. Rutgers and Wisconsin. This is a horrible game. This is like the toilet bowl of the Big Ten right now. And you could not, if you gave me a free bet for this game, I don't think I would bet on the game. What I'll say is, I don't think Wisconsin should be 9.5 point favorites over literally any team in the country right now. They've been one of the worst teams in the Power Five over the last month. They don't look engaged whatsoever. Specifically, AJ Storr just doesn't look he doesn't look locked in to me. And the team has played horrible. So I tweeted last week, Wisconsin is like the easiest first round upset pick. I'm sure by the time that the brackets come out and everyone does all their content and stuff, like it'll be popular to pick against Wisconsin in the first round, but I just don't know how you have any faith in this team right now. So I don't think they should be 9.5 point favorites, but I'm also not running to sign up to bet on Rutgers right now. We'll handle Rutgers next year when they get Ace Bailey and those guys in. We'll talk about Rutgers then. But that's just a horrible Big Ten game tonight. I mean, if you're watching Rutgers, Wisconsin, you're a sicko. Absolute sicko. I saw some people on this Iona game. I don't know, man. Iona was playing horrible basketball. Then they came out and beat Marist over the weekend, which was a good win for them. But Marist is a very, very good defensive team, and then they just go through spells where they don't score the basketball. So I don't know how like good of a win, honestly, it was for Iona. On the road, Manhattan is absolutely horrible. So I understand why Iona's decent favorites here, but I just don't think Iona's good enough for me to lay 9 points. So this is a pass for me, but I understand it because Manhattan is horrible. Marist, Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac should win this, but they've been playing pretty bad too themselves. So I'm not, I don't really want to go out of my way to bet on them. And it's not a tournament game, so I'll probably just wait till that tourney starts to bet on that conference again. So that's probably a pass for me. Horizon League tourney, we have Cleveland State, Youngstown State. Cleveland State is catching 9 points here. Youngstown State, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. What I'm pretty sure Youngstown State handled them in the regular season, but I want to pull this up. Let's see. So many games today. All right, here we go. Yeah, so they beat Cleveland State at home by 35. And then they beat Cleveland State. Okay, they lost away. So they split this year. Youngstown State beat them by 35 at home, and then Cleveland State beat them by 9 or 8 at Cleveland State. That's not shocking to me because I talked about it yesterday. Cleveland State has been very, very dependent on home road splits this year. They've shot the ball exceptionally well at home in the Wolstein Center, and they have not played good offensively on the road. And this will be actually at Youngstown State, I'm pretty sure. So that does not give me much confidence in this Cleveland State team. It is a high number, but I can't trust Cleveland State on the road. 9 is a lot, but I want to wait and see. If Cleveland State upsets or if it's like close at halftime or something, I might see how the game's going and jump in. But pre-flop, I'm not going to take anything because I don't have any faith in the offense of Cleveland State on the road. So that's a pass for me right now. Might look to live bet that game. Fort Wayne and Oakland is a good game also in the Horizon League. As you know, Oakland won the Horizon League regular season. Fort Wayne, I'm pretty sure. I think these teams split too. Let me double check that. Pretty sure they split in the regular season also. Oakland, I talked about it, has just been playing really, really inconsistently. Even though like they've been winning games, like their metrics and stuff have been really, really up and down, and the metrics really don't like them holding up this form, which is why I was like hesitant to take them in the conference tournament futures market. And it's also why they won the regular season title, but Youngstown State is the favorite in that conference. But let me see here. Yeah, so they lost at home to Fort Wayne, but then they beat Fort Wayne at Fort Wayne, which is interesting. So both the road teams won. I'm not gonna bet this. This could be another live bet game for me, but like first instance, I kind of was interested in the 4.5 for Fort Wayne, but I've seen people I respect on the Oakland side of this also. If I had a gun in my head, I would pick Fort Wayne 4.5, but that could be a live game for a live bet game for me as well. Probably won't take anything. There, Lehigh is a really, really trendy pick to win this conference tournament. What is that? The Patriot League. Colgate is minus 210 right now to win the conference tournament. I told you guys I don't think Colgate's very good, but Lehigh is the second favorite at plus 700, and they're like everyone's trendy pick that I've seen. Anyone that's picking a non-Colgate team in this conference has picked Lehigh that I've seen. So I find it interesting that they're only 2.5 point favorites here. The line's like moving weird too. I mean, they're getting tons of public and actual money bet on them, but the line's dropped almost 2 full points. So this is a stay away game for me. Something's weird there. I just don't want to deal with it. I like Stetson against Jacksonville. Stetson's probably going to win this tournament now that some of those upsets happened. It's a home game for Stetson. It is hard to beat a team 3 times, and I'm pretty sure they swept Jacksonville regular season. But I think that they're significantly a better team and they're on their home court. So I like Stetson. I prefer them in a money line parlay type thing, but if you really want to delay the 6, I think that's probably fine. I like Stetson tonight for sure. Not one of my favorite plays, but I do like Stetson. I don't really care about some of these games. Don't have anything there. Don't have anything here. The big game I want to talk about. I like Washington State tonight at home, senior night. They've been really, really good at home. I think they only have 1 loss at home all year. I do think they're a significantly better team overall than Washington, so they should be able to handle business. I will say though, like you might be able to get a better number on this during the game because sometimes on senior night I've noticed like the teams. I feel like most people use senior night as like a reason why they're betting a team, but I feel like sometimes the team starts really slow on those nights, and I guess it's like I don't remember who was talking about it, but it might have been one of the games I was watching the announcers, but I mean, the teams do have to come off the court. Like they get out of their normal warm up routine because they're doing the pregame ceremonies. So I think that sometimes that can affect the team a little bit. So you might be able to get a better number than this 6.5 live, but I do like Washington State at home. They've been very, very good at home this season. I like La Tech tonight against Sam Houston State. The line got super juiced though. I liked it at 8, and now it's 9. I don't know if there's any 8s out there still. Probably not if it moved to full point. Maybe you could find an 8.5 somewhere. But I do like La Tech tonight. I think it's a good spot for them. And then I like Green Bay a lot. So I want to talk about Green Bay. I don't like that this moved against us because I took this at minus 128. So this open here, this apparently they opened at 125 on DraftKings. They got up to like minus 140. I took them at minus 128, but now it's back down to like minus 118. Let me see what it is on DK. I took it at minus 128 on FanDuel, and now it's back down to minus 118, which I don't like, but I want to talk about why I like it. Let me find this game on DraftKings. Yeah, it's minus 118 on DK2. And there's juice on the Milwaukee plus 1.5. So, okay, we're going to wait and see. Don't bet this right now. If you haven't bet it yet, don't bet this yet. So we need to wait and see about Noah Reynolds. So it sounded to me like everything I've seen said that Noah Reynolds was going to play. And if you know anything about this Green Bay team, they far and away like exceeded expectations this year. They played very, very good for the majority of the season. And then their best player, Noah Reynolds, who averages almost 20 points per game, he went out 5 games ago or 4 games ago, and they've only won 1 game since he went out. And they've played just really bad basketball since he got hurt. So the fact that it was like an ankle sprain, and it sounded like he was going to play tonight. The coach kind of said he was going to play tonight, and that really, really, it moved the line, but that gives me confidence because Green Bay is hosting this game at home. So it's a home game for Green Bay, and they're apparently getting their best player back that they were playing really, really good basketball with. So the fact that this line's moving back against them, maybe he's not healthy enough to play a ton. So I'm going to wait. I already took it, so I can't really do anything. I'm going to wait and see. The game is not until 9 p.m., so I'm going to wait until like 8:30 and see what the word is on Noah Reynolds. If we get negative news on him, I might, cash out of this and or just bet the other side and try and break even. Or if we get positive news on him, I might rebet it again. So the play is entirely dependent on the news of Noah Reynolds. But if Noah Reynolds is playing, I don't see how Green Bay does not win this game. I mean, KenPom has it as like a 6-point game. And if you factor in they're at home and getting him back, I think it's a smash spot for Green Bay. But it's entirely dependent on him playing or not. So if you haven't bet this already, because I did give it out in the Discord earlier, if you haven't bet it, just wait and see what news is coming out at 8:30. And if you are on top of the news, like you'll be able to get ahead of this line moving again if it moves back in favor of Green Bay. So just wait on that one. If he plays, I do really like Green Bay tonight. I skipped over it. I also like Oregon tonight. Minus 166 on DK. Let me see. They were hanging around at like 150 on FanDuel. Let me see if that moved. They're still minus 150 on FanDuel, so I might add that to my card. Oregon, they have a lot of older players, and I think that they're kind of playing back against the wall right now, trying to get into this tournament. So, and Colorado has just really failed to Colorado has multiple. I know that the freshman's been hurt, but they have multiple NBA players on their team, and they've just played horrible. I can't make sense of it. So I don't know. I'm down on this Colorado team. They've been banged up. Oregon's kind of playing back against the wall, so I like them. If you're going to take it, I would take the -150 on FanDuel and just play it to win a unit. But if you want to take the spread, it's 2.5 on FanDuel. You can do that too. But I'm probably going to add Oregon to the card after I get off the stream here. Late games don't have any action here. I do like Morehead State. I don't know why this says it's at 1 a.m. It's at like 9 p.m. I don't know why this says 1 a.m. But you guys know if you watch the stream, we took a big future on them to win the conference tournament, Morehead State. So obviously they're going to have to win this game to do so. So hopefully Morehead State wins tonight. All right, I'm going to pull up FanDuel now. And we'll look at some more conference tournament stuff. If you guys have any questions, you can ask. But really for me, big spots today, Green Bay, if Reynolds is playing, wait and check that news at like 8:30. Stay tapped into Twitter. If you don't know where to check the news, you can DM me on Twitter at like 8:50 and I'll let you know if he's playing or not. So Green Bay, if Reynolds is playing, I like Oregon, kind of like La Tech, and what was the other one? I feel like I'm missing one that I kind of liked. Oh, Washington State. I like them as well. All right. Conference tournaments. I'm saving the big ones for Monday. What do we got here? Southern Conference. I don't think we've talked about this one. I don't like Samford. So I'm fine taking a shot on someone here. Well, it's not that I don't like Samford. I don't think Samford should be like as big of a favorite as they are. So I'm fine taking one of these other teams. UNCG would probably be my pick. They're a really, really good shooting team, and I kind of like how their team's constructed. They're the type of team that I like to bet on in these conference tournaments because they can just get so hot shooting the ball. They'll just shoot you out of the gym, and there's nothing you could do about it. So UNCG probably would be my pick in the Southern Conference. I don't think Samford should be this wide of a gap, so I'm fine. If you want to take a shot on one of these smaller teams, I think you can do that. If you watched yesterday's stream, parlay Gonzaga with whoever else you like. Gonzaga, I think Gonzaga has appeal for a Final Four bet. I don't know what their odds are. 19-1. Gonzaga to make the Final Four, I think, has some appeal right now. I don't know. This team's been playing good. This seems to be the year for me right now. This year seems to be the year of teams that I typically don't like in the tournament. Tennessee, Purdue, Gonzaga, like all of them have just really strong teams. And I think that depending on how the bracket shakes out, Gonzaga to make the Final Four is an interesting bet at 19-1 right now. So I definitely think they're going to win the conference tourney. You compare them up with whatever other team you want to. Big Sky. I don't know, man. Eastern Washington has just not played good recently. So this is another instance, like, I just don't think they should be such big favorites. They have not played well recently. It's just like, who do you take a shot on? I don't know. Maybe Montana State at 20-1 or maybe Weber State at 3-1. Weber State, I think, honestly, me personally, I think Weber State's probably the best team in the conference. So getting them as the third highest odds is nice. But, I mean, these teams have all kind of like beat up on each other. So I don't know. I would be fine taking just a long shot on someone like Montana State. But Weber State is probably the best team if you like force me to pick somebody. But I don't know if I'm going to play that really. I don't know. I probably won't play that. UNC Greensboro is interesting to me because I definitely could see them winning this. Like if Weber State was plus 450, I think 3-1 is good odds for what I view as the best team, but that's just been a really weird conference this year. If they were plus 450, I'd be more inclined to bet Weber State, but UNC Greensboro is interesting. If you guys have any questions on anything else, that about does it. Quicker stream today. Tomorrow I'll be live and hopefully I have some more plays in like the earlier games tomorrow. I don't really like any of these games starting right now, but I haven't looked at the schedule yet. I just know there is games in the day tomorrow. So I'll be live Friday, 3 o'clock, same time, same place. Sign up, betcomer.com/pricing if you want access to the full betting cards for today, tomorrow, the weekend, conference tournament futures, bracket futures. When we get to that, we hit a number of Sweet 16 and Elite 8 bets last year. Creighton was a big one for us. And you guys know I like this Creighton team again this year. So sign up, betcomer.com/pricing. I'll be back tomorrow, 3 p.m. Good luck with your bets tonight. And I'll see everybody on Friday.